Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Houston Business Podcast. My name is James J. And today I've got, back by popular demand, Freddie P. What's up, Freddie?
What's up? What's going on, dude?
I'm good, brother. Nice to get you back on. It's been a while. We got a lot to catch up on. So we're going to get started. We got some new stuff to talk about with you and your new brokerage. And so excited to talk about that. And we're going to get started right after this. Let's go. Intro everything.
Dude, I gotta get that intro, man. I gotta give me an intro like that. Oh yeah. Man. That's what I'm talking about. That's an intro right there.
Oh my gosh, that wasn't even the right one, but it's all good. So I am excited for those who you guys who do not know who Freddie is. We go back now, so it's going by pretty quickly, man. But you are a newly real estate broker, owner of the Realty Bridge, which is your own brokerage. You've been in the game for a while. We're going to talk a little bit about this new venture that you're getting into. And for people that don't know, man, we got to give people some context and kind of your background in real estate and where you are today, because you've been in the game a while. You're a great marketer, one of the best marketers that I know. And now we've got a new venture to talk about as well. So what's been going on in your world, man? How are things going with business in this whole crazy year as it continues to be crazy for a multitude of reasons, which we probably won't talk about?
Yeah, man. Like 2020 it's a weird one, man. It's been really hard on a lot of people. Real estate though is like that one industry that continued to thrive and to continue to grow. And when March came and April came, people were telling me, "Hey, man, I'm stopping all my marketing."
Yeah.
I said, "Man, why are you stopping your marketing? This is the actual time you need to double down on your marketing because people are sitting at home. If they're at home, they're on their phone.
Yep.
And what else are they going to do? They're looking at the house that they're in. They're at home already.
Yeah.
Why don't you advertise, hey, look, these are all the new homes with offices in your area."
Yeah.
Because people are looking around going, hey, maybe we'll get something new. So I knew May, June, July were going to be big. And it's been nonstop. And right now with the interest rates where they're at, I got a guy, he got down payment assistance. So he got a 0 down home loan and he was still at 2.75 on a down payment assistant program. Like that was like at 4.3 last year. So
yes.
So real estate. It's been going fast and furious, and I'm blessed and fortunate to be in one of those industries that not only slowed down, but it slowed down for 2 months, and then it went
gangbusters.
It went to warp speed.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, yeah. I mean that April. Yeah. So mid-March. Probably all the way through April. Both of us, because we've communicated a little bit, kind of like, hey, what's going on? But I think obviously that first month and a half or so, we were all thinking this was going to end quickly, and I think a lot of people did pump the brakes a little bit, like, all right, we're going to be back to work, and weeks just kept flying by before we realized, okay, this is going to be a while. But yes, so the market kind of slowed down probably end of March, a little bit of April, and then everybody was like, all right, let's get back to buying homes and refinancing. And since then, I know your business, mine too, has just been amazing. It's just gone through the roof since May. It's been tremendous. And so for you, like I said, I know you're one of the best marketers that I know. What were you doing in those times, and how were you kind of navigating through everything with your buyers as well as your sellers? Because again, I know you do some tremendous marketing. But what was your process during that time, and maybe over the last couple months, because things have changed a little bit, and I think we've all just kind of come to grips that this is going to last a whole lot longer than we expected. And at this point, no one really knows. Although it's funny, Fred, I want your input on this, because it's funny now. that miraculously on Monday after the election, hey guys, guess what? There's a vaccine out there. Huh.
Interesting, right?
Well, it's like interesting timing about this, but go ahead.
I don't know, man. What can you say besides they thought that was going to happen, and it looks like, hey, there's a vaccine out now. So
go figure.
Yeah, exactly. Go figure.
But right? Yeah, so marketing wise, and what you've been navigating through with your buyers and sellers through this, from March to April till maybe last month, because I think, like I said, the last couple of months things have kind of actually, I would say maybe even the summertime, people have realized, okay, this COVID thing is not going to go away anytime soon. So let's just kind of get back to business. So for a lot of people, they pay to think our business is kind of slowed. And for some people, maybe it has, but for most of the realtors that I speak with, it's been completely opposite.
Yeah. So, I always like to talk to, especially like buyers, because buyers are the ones that are going into homes.
Yeah. Yep.
So like, buyers that they're all taking precautions, but where we're at in, North Houston areas, everyone's just kind of playing by the rules as far as, washing their hands, putting on gloves, wearing a mask.
Yep.
Kind of like as you would go into a store, or, like you would go anywhere in public that's inside is pretty much how the buyers are treating it. Yep. A lot of the sellers are keeping like a lot of their closet door open and a lot of doors open, so they're not having to go in and grab and touch.
You're right. Yeah.
But man,
I know. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I know you do a lot of new construction as well. But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah. As far as new construction goes, I mean, they're a little bit more on some of the builders are a little bit more stringent on making an appointment before.
Right.
And I'm not really sure what that does, because if you drive up, they're going to let you in anyways. But, for the most part, though, everyone's really trying to do the best that they can with kind of what we got going on. And, new home sales are way up. Resale homes are way up. I had an open house for a guy here in the Woodlands, and they had we had 12 people come to the open house, and we had a couple of offers in 2 days. So
so what are you saying, like timing wise for your listings? Are you seeing crazy, multiple offer, actually probably on the buy side as well? I know you represent both. So what are you saying? Because I see it quite a bit where there's multiple offers. I see situations where a lot of times people are having overbid, which sounds great as a seller. You're asking $250, you get an offer for $260. Well, yeah, sign me up. I'll take that. However, house still has to appraise. But that's a whole nother show, because I see that. I'm seeing that all. Yeah. What are you seeing? Is that, as you're saying, something similar?
Man, anything under 275, anything anything under 300, it's listed. If it's got a fair description and fair, decent pictures, you're gonna, as long as it's not crazy overpriced, you're gonna get at least a couple of offers in the first week. I just had a couple. The home was in Humble, and they said in 1 week, and they had 23 showings.
Oh my God.
And I think 5 or 6 offers. Yeah. So, we ended up getting that contract, but it was a lot of competition. There was, at the showing, there were people leaving as we got there, and people waiting to go in as we were leaving. So, man, the competition right now is just fierce.
Yeah, and that's why I encourage so many people, like, you need to have your money, your financing in order, because, first of all, most sellers at this point, they won't even accept an offer if you don't have a pre-qualification or pre-approval, even better at this point.
Right.
You need to have your stuff in order. And then, for you on the real estate side of things, there's different things that you can do, obviously, to make your offer stand out. If it's, offer more earnest money, or things that you got to get real creative in this market. When you've got, situations like that, where you've got 23 offers. Are you kidding me?
So not
offers.
So I'll say this. So now that I'm on the other side, right? So now, I'm always before competing with other agents,
right?
But now it's from time for me to kind of bestow the knowledge that I've gotten to agents for the brokerage I have coming up.
Yeah.
So like in this situation, like how do I make my offer more attractive than the other, offers that were given?
Yep.
I mean, so one thing I did was I had a really, really short option period.
Yes. Yeah.
So shortening up that option period, while some agents are going to put 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, I'm encouraging my buyers, let's have your inspector lined up and let's get that option period in 2 to 4 days.
Yeah.
Because that's going to allow us to jump in and jump out if we need to.
Yep.
And for the seller, they're only going to be in contract with us for a few days, and they'll know in 3 days if we're going to go forward or not. So for a seller,
smart, Freddie, like just that little nugget right there for people that are looking. I mean, it's so smart. And go ahead. So go ahead for the seller side, but it's brilliant to do that.
So that's if you're representing a buyer and you're going to be up against multiple offers as a buyer's agent, I recommend tightening up. I mean, you should already have your inspection guy. If you're knowing you're going to have competition, have your buyer call their inspector and say, hey, what do you have in the next 2 days? What do you have tomorrow?
Yeah.
Have them and do it that way. That way when I go home and or when I go to the office or back home and write a contract, I know I can write 2-day option period with confidence because I know in the morning that inspector is going to be there. And I'm going to have that inspection tomorrow night in 24 hours. So that's a free way without costing you any money to get your offer looked at, especially in a hot market. And I'll tell you another thing I did about 3 months ago. We saw the house, super hot market, really nice house for the price. I told my guy, I said, hey, look, this is a little unorthodox, but we really, really want this house, right? Shorten up the option period. We left the option check at the house.
Wow. Now that's a new one. I've heard. Wow.
We left the option check at the showing.
The seller was still living there.
No, they're still living there.
Okay, so they had to see it.
They were right smack in the middle of that dining room table.
Oh man, I love that. I
mean, we saw it. I called the agent right after. I said, hey, I'm writing an offer right now. I left the option check at the house. We got that house too.
I love it. Oh my goodness.
What I teach are non-traditional methods of getting an advantage for your client.
Right.
That's the goal. You're going to have to, there's no rule that says that you can't leave an option check at the house. There's no rule that you could do a 2-day option period.
Yeah.
So now you need to have your affairs in order.
For sure. Yeah, you got to have your stuff set up, like you said, with the inspectors and have your client prepared because it's extra pressure on everybody. But in the market the way it is, I mean, you got to do that. I mean, you got to get creative, and that is the option check that's a good one for that. That is awesome. So let's talk about this a little bit because you do have your own brokerage now, and this is some stuff that you are now going to be able to pass on, like you said, to agents that are joining, that start joining your team. So my question is, first of all, I know you had talked about doing this over a year ago at this point. Of course, it's way pre-COVID. So why now, number one? And then that, obviously you've got some nuggets and a lot of knowledge in this game, marketing wise. But yeah, why now? With everything that's going on in this crazy year of 2020, why now? Even though I know you've been talking about doing this for a little while.
Well, the main reason why now is because I like to do things that are the opposite of what the market does.
Yeah.
if you follow the train of what everybody else is doing, you're going to be just like everybody else. So I try to really stay ahead of the marketing, the training, the fine tuning, all the online presence. I really try to think outside the box. And 2021 I think is going to be really good, very profitable for a lot of people. I understand that I'm now going to be competing with the Keller Williams, Remax, Century 21 EXPs of the world.
Yep.
And I actually look forward to that challenge.
Yeah.
And it is going to be a challenge, don't get me wrong, because those are powerful companies.
Yep.
But I'm going to be doing things different.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of agents out there that are looking for someone like them. Right?
Yeah. Look, this is the thing. Every as big as those companies are, and I talk to a ton of realtors. I've worked for obviously a lot of these companies as well personally. So everybody doesn't want what, I won't even give names. And some people get overwhelmed by some of the stuff, right? Some of the things that are available in some of these brokerages. So a lot of people get overwhelmed. They don't really want all that. They just want somebody that they can actually physically sit down, talk to, and get advice and get educated, like what you're going to be providing for people. But your marketing skills are on a level that I've not seen for a lot of realtors, and that's what this comes down to largely. It's marketing, being able to, obviously, if you're going to have people join you, I don't know what your business model exactly is, but I do know how much of a marketer you are, and that stuff that you've been doing over the years. It's stuff that you're gonna, be able to educate other agents on, and ultimately have them. You don't want them just to completely depending on you. You want agents to be able to go get as well, and be able to learn from you as well, and be able to produce. But again, I don't know what your business model is. I know your background, so I'm assuming that's something that you're going to be able to share with agents that are joining your team.
Oh man, so. What the main model of the Realty Bridge for the agents is building their brands.
Got it.
It's something that, nobody else, no other brokerage is currently going to really help teach and build brands for people.
Yep.
And businesses. Like, that is my number one job. My number two job is to train and educate, of everything that's going on with contracts, with updates in the market, and all of the back stuff, right? But my number one job is to show them how to brand themselves, and then also as a broker, I want to promote my agents.
Yeah,
like this is Agent Susan. This is what Susan does really well. Yeah. I'm going to have videos on Susan. I'm going to have training for Susan. Susan's going to be having her videos out in the zones that I'm in.
Right.
So she is going to be now you're going to see a lot less of Freddie P.
Right.
And a lot more of Agent B.
Yeah.
So because I'm going to be promoting, it's not really about me, it's about the company and what the company can provide.
Yeah.
So
and people need that. Like, some of these agents, a lot of agents are not, they're good at maybe the one-on-one when it comes to meeting with buyers and meeting with sellers, but the promotion portion of it, they're just not either they're not good or they're not confident, and they need and again, you're both. You're really good at this and very confident, but you got to be able to self-promote in a way that's not just, to me, it's more about education. And like, you do a lot, you do a ton of education. So videos, being able to get out there on live, like we're doing right now, right? Live video and educating people, and not just, I feel like it's an attraction thing, right? So you don't have to necessarily just go beg for business per se. Now, there's an ask involved for sure.
Sure.
But I think the more, and you, like I said, you're brilliant at doing this, being able to educate, and become that expert. And then people will naturally just start gravitating towards you. I mean, because the video, people are going to look at you. They may like you, they may not. Great, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
There are people that don't like me for whatever reason. Well, something's wrong with them, but I'm joking. I'm sure there are people that don't like me, but I don't worry about that stuff. So yeah, for you and what you're going to be bringing to the agents as far as self promotion and being able to build their brand, I'm sure video is going to be a huge part of this.
Oh man, it's gonna be massive. So, video is gonna be at the forefront of everything. So, like just like for instance, like what we'll do is we'll tape, 20 minutes of footage, and we'll cut 25 seconds for a Facebook story. We'll cut 2 minutes for an Instagram story. We're gonna cut 5 minutes for YouTube. We're gonna cut a separate 3 minute for LinkedIn. So getting all of those things in line is the hard part.
Yeah.
Right. But that's where you're gonna get your money's worth of my brokerage. Now we'll say the brokerage is new. There's no denying that. And that's totally fine. But I'm gonna really show you and I go to everybody's website, right? I go to all the big box guys. I've been to every one of their websites.
Yep.
Right. And I've seen everybody's profile and everybody's website.
Yep.
The profile you're gonna have on my website is gonna blow those out of the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's gonna be your new homepage for it, because it's going to have your videos, it's going to have your pictures, it's going to have all of your links to your Facebook business page, your LinkedIn, your YouTube, your Instagram. So like that's going to be like your real home base.
Yeah.
Because that's going to where you're going to be able to connect all of your everything, your listings, everything's going to be there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm creating now, and that's what I'm excited, because right now I have a number of agents that I've already talked to that have, they're really excited.
Yeah.
So, cause they know we're about to do something real special. So,
listen, I'm excited for you because, we've had this conversation. Like I said, it's probably been over a year at this point that we had this conversation about, the possibility at some point in the future, you breaking, kind of doing your own thing and being able to take what you've done, through the marketing and a lot of the Facebook stuff that you do in these groups and things like that, and to be able to pass it on. And this is the thing, everybody can't do, like some people are good at being able to do it themselves, right? You're a marketer, you can mark. But being able to show that and educate other people to do it, everybody can't do that. I know you're really good at this because I've been around you enough to know you're really good at being able to show other people what to do. You show me stuff that I didn't even know. And I think I'm a great marketer. There's always room to grow for sure. But I learned a lot from you.
I'm gonna steal that intro we just did. Oh man, you gotta show me how to do that. I can't wait to figure that part out. That's great.
Yeah. So we got 2021 coming around the corner, obviously, and we've got less than 45 days at this point, pretty close to it. Today's the 13th, so pretty close to about 45, 50 days or so. What do you think in 2021? What do you think we're going to be looking at? I think we're going to see a lot of the same. I'm hoping we do. We've seen some little fluctuations as far as rates go in the last week or so, and now this whole election thing is I would say behind us, not quite, but we know what's going to happen come January 20th. But with all that being said, the real estate market will still continue, whether rates are where they're at now, or if they go up, people will still continue to buy. But I want to get your thoughts on 2021. Obviously, you've got this new brokerage, which is going to be a huge part of your 2021 plan, I know. But what do you think at 2021? What do you think we're going to be looking at? Buyer, seller, lots of opportunities still, or because I don't think have you seen a slowdown? Normally we kind of see a little bit of a slowdown November, December.
Right.
I haven't seen a whole lot at this point.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I mean, there's been no slowdown right now. Usually September, October is where you kind of start seeing it start to decline a little bit. But I mean, right now we're still on a freight train. I mean, it hasn't stopped, and it's possible we could get through the entire holidays like this. I mean,
I agree.
I mean, since it hasn't really even slowed down at all, I anticipate that happening. I really, really do. It's amazing right now, but there is a time, and it will be maybe this time next year. Yeah, because I think we'll, if we get through the holidays and we get into 21 and we get past February and March, it depends on what COVID does. But if there is, if there is a plan, there is a vaccination in place, I think it'll continue to be strong. It depending on if the interest rates tighten up and how much those tighten up, what may change a little bit. But I see us a really strong 21 until this time next year, almost, really. So it'll be really interesting to see how it all plays out. But I'm excited for the future.
Are you seeing a bunch, because you do a lot up in North Houston? So what do you have, like, what areas do you special? I want to say special. I hate to use that word, but Houston's so big. It's kind of hard to be all Houston, right? I know you do a lot of stuff up north with a lot of builders up there. Are you guys seeing the same thing with just inventory? It's just not there right now.
Yeah, it's just limited. There's a couple pockets here and there where the inventory is kind of staying. It's around. It's fair, but they're not the fully built inventory homes. They're not staying on the ground usually longer than 30 to 60 days. Right. Yeah. And what's happening is the builders, they're just, at that point, they're ready to go ahead and get them sold. So usually there's a price reduction, and then the buyer, kind of meets the price. So, but no, not a lot of inventory, especially under 300,000. I mean, it's moving pretty quick.
Yeah, so, it's everywhere. Again, because I talk to realtors that are all over the different parts of Houston, south, north, everywhere, and it's pretty consistent. Where there's just the inventory, it's just not available like it once was.
So I'll tell you another quick story real quick about no inventory, right? So I had this guy call me like September 15th. And he's like, Freddie, this is off Facebook. Now, this is on one of my Facebook groups. Okay. So my Facebook group, I own about, let's say, 15 big groups. Yeah. Manage about 15 big groups. We're at 300,000 members now.
Wow.
So he contacts me and says, hey, Freddie, I need to get in a house. I have to be in by October 31st. My deadline. Right. Okay. Now he's in like I-10. He was a little bit further south, so he was like I-10 and Beltway. Okay. He's in a price range that's super competitive, where there's like no houses. Or first day, I probably showed him 3 houses. We put a contract on 3. We lost all 3. Yep. Right. I mean, first day on the market. Yep. We're losing everything. I'm running out of time. Fast. Yep. This guy's going to have to sign a whole new lease, okay, if I don't find him a house. Right, yes. So what do? I have a couple of options. And generally what I would do is I would use my geo leads to pick a neighborhood and call the neighborhood. And I started doing that, but I wasn't getting a lot of success, so I had to do it a faster way.
So hold on, before you go further, explain for people that don't know what geo leads, so they can kind of get a understanding of what that means.
Okay, so in real estate, so agents have an opportunity to buy what's called a geo lead, and what that is you pick a neighborhood and you say, I want 500 addresses from this neighborhood. Right. The system pulls up the addresses, the name, the address, and the phone number associated with that particular property.
Right.
And you could do 500 at a time if you want.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm pulling up all these areas that he likes, right? But I'm not having any success. So I need to find something like in 3 or 4 days, something real fast. So I pull up all the expired listings from 2 years ago, same neighborhoods. Start calling those agents, right? Didn't find it there. Most of them had said no, he's not interested anymore, or you know, or I never got a hold of him, whatever the case may be. So I go one step further. Okay, I go to leases that sold 11 months ago or 12 months ago. So you go into Matrix, into your HAR matrix,
right? Yep.
Go into rentals. I went into rentals that sold between September 1st and September 30th.
Okay.
Of 2019. 2019 rentals that sold.
Right.
Okay. Put in all the criteria. Shoots me up a list. So now I got a list of rentals that should be expiring here in the next 15 to 20 days.
Wow. Okay.
And I call all those agents.
Yeah.
Hey man, I see here that you're leased at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That you did a lease there last September 15th for 1 year.
Yeah.
You got that lease expiring. I know that you also had it for sale. Will you call your owner and ask if he wants to sell again? That's how I found it. That's how I found his house.
Wow. So there's so much to unpack in what you just mentioned. I mean, for agents, number one, that are running into a situation where they can't find,
everybody is
right, which is pretty much everybody. That there is so much to unpack in that. I mean, from there's so many different ways that you can search for listings, and expires are that's an easy one to think. Most people probably think. Actually, I'm gonna back that up, Freddie, because I don't think a lot of people would have gone to think about, okay, when we call some of these expired listings and see if they're still interested. And you can search all this stuff, obviously, in but for you to go back and check leases and just that, there is so much good training right there for realtors to know. Don't just give up because you just search a neighborhood and you don't see anything.
You got to go through terminated, expired, withdrawn. Because you know what happens if you're calling expireds, right? You call, hey John, this is Freddie Palomarez with the Realty Bridge. How are you today? He's like, you got a buyer? No, click. Right? Expireds. I used before I was a real estate agent, I called expireds, right? So I know what that's like, calling expireds, and man, I got a hell of a script for that too. But this time you're actually calling is like, hey John, I know that your home went off the market this time last year. I have a buyer pre-approved, already seen your house. He's already seen your pictures. He loves it. He wants to take a look and put in an offer. Are you still willing to sell?
Yeah.
That's something totally different than, hey, I still want to list your house.
Yeah.
That's like, hey man, if you're ready to move, I got the guy already. Like, let me know if you want to go. The real interesting part is, well, there's a couple. One, you don't have to fight with any other agents.
That's right. Yeah.
Or buyers.
Yeah.
Because it's off-market property at this point, right?
Everybody's calling expires. Everybody calls it, especially the expires that are recently expired. Like everybody calls them. It's the ones that like you went back and months to see, and then you even went a step further with it. But you're right. Everybody's calling it expired. So the competition with what you're doing, very little to none.
Very little. And you know what? It could be it may be a situation where you take your buyer, you go to the house. You don't need to have a buyer. The seller, if he wants to sell, you don't have to do a listing agreement.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You don't need to you're not listing it.
Yeah.
You're not taking pictures. You're not putting on you're not putting up a sign.
Mhm.
You're not putting on your super on the door.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
You are a property matchmaker.
Yeah.
That's what you are. That's what we are, really. We're property matchmaking.
That's absolutely right.
So, and guess what? You bring your buyer, he looks around. What if he decides not to buy? Okay, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He leaves. You can still list it.
Right.
Still get the listing out of the seller, because he knows that you're someone that's bringing actual buyers to his property.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're building some goodwill for sure. And usually when things change, I understand there's a lot of things that can change from the time when somebody listed or expires, and then things change, or personally or economically things change with work.
Yeah.
So, but my point is, most people that list and it expires, like, they still want to sell.
Yeah.
Right? They got frustrated, or something happened, but there's so many opportunities. And I know from experience, that the listings that initially expire, they're getting inundated with calls.
Oh God. They're getting crushed.
Yeah.
And so then that goes into my expired script.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so my expired script, which I think it's not bulletproof, but it's pretty damn good. So when I would call and say, hey James, this is Freddie with the Big Box brand. Am I the 7th or 17th person to call you today?
Yes.
They're like, you're the fucking 100th person to call me, damn vultures.
Yes.
And then you get a laugh out of it. You get a laugh out of it. Usually they get a laugh out of it. And then you say, what I would say is this, like, look, I'm going to tell you something real quick, and I just want to just give you this piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
You live in an area where you have about 3,000 agents in a 10-mile radius of your house that literally live all around you.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, today and tomorrow, you're going to hear from about half of 1% of those agents. It's going to feel like every single agent and every single person is calling you. Yep. But it's really about half of 1% is who you're going to hear from. And it's really the agents that go out and do a lot of business, that work their ass off, is the ones that you're actually hearing from right now. Mm-hmm. So I get it that you're pissed off, and I would be too if my phone was ringing at 6 o'clock. Yeah. But just know that the agents that are picking up and making these brutal phone calls are actually some of the people that are the best in the business. 1,000%
agree.
And it would turn it around. Yeah. They're like, man, I never really thought of it that way.
I mean, the icebreaker to start with that call is awesome, because you're right. Like, you and I know people that have been in this, like, that is just to start off with that, because they're getting inundated with phone calls.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I already know, because I never called early. I didn't call early.
Right.
My first calls were between 9 and 10.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, hey John, just tell me, my 7th or 17th. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he would be like, dude, you're like 50th.
Yep.
And so you gotta do something different. Like I said earlier, if you're gonna run with everybody else, you're gonna be like everybody else. You gotta be something a little bit different, at least to like break up the monotony of,
yes,
hey, this is Freddie Palomarez with Keller Williams. If you were still looking to sell your house, if I had a buyer, would you still be interested in selling? Like, he's heard that script 7 times already.
And over and over. Yeah, I mean, like I would make it like a game. I mean, because people get intimidated, but the way you approach it, Freddie, is awesome, because it automatically just breaks the ice, and you're not feeling like they're being inundated. So to start off like that is just awesome, and not feel like you're a robot and reading that script robotically. I love the way you start this. I really do. But you make it fun. It doesn't have to be so terrified by calling expires. Yes, they're being inundated, but make it a little different. Like you said, be a little bit different. If you're like everybody else and you start the conversation off the same way as everybody else, they're automatically gonna either hang up on you from the beginning.
Yeah.
Quick. They don't want to be dealing with it, but to break the ice that way, it's a great icebreaker. It really is. And then it just eases their walls come down. It comes down just a little. And
yeah.
Regular conversation with people, because normally people are pretty cool about it. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have some people that are not so nice.
Yeah.
And they're just pissed off. Their house didn't sell, and now they've got 30 agents calling them. So I get it. But yeah, you got to have a different approach. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, and like I said, not bulletproof.
Yeah.
But I guarantee I got Pat way further than 95% of those other agents, and anybody that called after me really sounded like a robot, because he felt like he talked to an actual real person.
Yes. Yes.
When he talked to me,
yeah.
When the next person calls, like, "Hey, John, this is Frank from Remax. If I had a buyer," he's like, "What the?"
Yes. Yeah.
So it's just things like that in real estate, man, that I've just kind of learned how to, because the first problem now when you make the expired calls is the first problem is not that the home didn't sell. The first problem is the person on the other end of the line is not happy with you.
Yeah.
So that's why I figured out, let me solve that problem before we go to the second problem.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a great icebreaker, man. So this is for anybody that's looking. And so you're up north, so you do a lot. Woodlands, your brokers, you're gonna be in the Woodlands area, right?
Right.
Okay. But yeah, this is stuff for agents that are in that area. Oh my goodness, there's so much that they can learn from you. And if I was in that area, I'd be clamoring, because yeah, you had mentioned this $300,000 member groups that you have now on Facebook. We can talk another hour about that, but you've got so much knowledge, dude, to be able to help agents that join your brokerage, and I'm excited for you. I really am.
Let me tell you one quick thing. James. Let me tell you one quick thing. I got what do they call it? The golden bullet?
Mm-hmm.
The golden gun?
Yep.
So, okay, I have to admit, I got that. And here's what I got. So it's a Facebook CRM. You've never seen it before.
Okay.
It's brand new. It's literally brand new.
Okay.
What it is, it's an overlay over the Facebook. Okay.
Okay.
So normally when you would scroll Facebook, you're in your, let's say you're in your news feed, right? You're just scrolling. This program is an overlay on that. What it does is it turns your Facebook into a CRM. So now next to every name, there's different categories where I can now categorize every person anywhere in Facebook. News feed, groups, events, messenger. So now people can easily be categorized. Not only categorized, take it a step further. We have this instant messenger feature.
Yes.
Where it's 2 clicks of a button.
Yes.
And we are able to send our, let's just say our group members, for instance, a message. Hey, this is Freddie with the Realty Bridge. I like to check in every 6 months to see if you have any real estate needs. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm currently, I am the manager of this group and love to provide you anything that you need.
Yeah.
Just sending that simple message to the group members, because what I don't know what the exact statistics are, but 1 in 12 people are moving every year.
Yes. Yeah.
So if we reach 100 people in a day, there's an opportunity for 7 good leads.
Absolutely.
That doesn't even include when we put our posts and announcements.
Yes.
When we are posting regularly in our groups.
Yeah.
And getting leads that way. I'm telling you, the number one thing right now for any real estate agent is stories.
Yes.
And what I mean by stories is you tell a story in your group.
Mm-hmm.
It could be any story, really.
Yeah.
Obviously, the better the story, the better the reaction, and the more people that will respond to it. But tell a story.
And you know what, Freddie, the thing about it, this just to piggyback, like, it doesn't even have to be your story, right? It could be a story about an agent that you work with or an agent that you know. It doesn't have to be your story all the time.
And what I tell new agents, right? New agents never done a deal.
Yep.
Right? This is how you start the story. Hey guys, I want to share a story with you about a mortgage broker that I met with today.
Yep.
And you tell the mortgage broker's story.
Exactly, right.
And how you are now working with this mortgage broker.
Yep.
So now you will get responses. You're going to get husbands tagging wives, wives tagging husbands, saying, hell, we could do that.
Yep.
So storytelling right now is the number one thing that you can do to get fast leads on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. That's the number one thing you can do is tell a good story.
That's in anything, man. I cannot agree with you more. I actually need to do more of that because there's so much that happens in our industry, and I try and share as much as I can, but there's a whole lot more that I can share. But you know, for anybody, you know, if you're a realtor, like, that's a huge nugget, especially brand new, because you may not have a lot of personal stories. It doesn't matter. You know, there's so many people that you can piggyback off and share it from your perspective, right? It's your perspective. So you can share the story from somebody else and then give your 2 cents, you know, what you would do, or what what your feelings are about what happened. And then people look at you as the expert, and it's not even it didn't even happen to you.
Yeah. I always tell people, just say how you had a meeting with this person, and then how you're working with them, and this is what they did, and this is how this mortgage broker can also help you.
Yep.
And so that's all. That's how you connect the dots. It's very, very simple. You could say how your badass mortgage broker at the Realty Bridge did this, and now you're willing to help people. So yeah, telling stories, long form stories on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn is a great way because people read them. I mean, you know, like.
Yeah, and you don't have to make stories up. Let me be clear.
Yeah, no, don't make stories up. Tell a real story. It's better to tell. You got more details.
So much real stuff that happens in this business. You don't have. I want to be clear for people to understand. Like, this is not making up stories. There's so much information to share. There's so many stories. You can call a realtor. There's so much on the mortgage side, the real estate side, and as a realtor, you can tell both stories, right? You can tell from the mortgage side. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I mean, essentially, we're in the same business. What I do, what you got on the real, it's the same business, and we have the same clients. We're all dealing with the same people, and so there's no shortage of stories. There is no reason to go make BS, make up.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that.
There's no reason.
I mean, there's great stories every single day, and you know, someone that was brand new came to me on Facebook. You know, I have a small Facebook group for agents, which is social coaching for the real estate industry. And it's kind of like a training ground for me. Yeah. Because I want to I'm basically just giving out tidbits like I did today, right? Just give out tidbits. Here's something you can go try. Here's something to go use. Here you can go try this, see if this works. But it's stuff that I've done that's been successful with. Yeah. And so I give like those nuggets, like, here, try this, try this, try this. You know, and the storytelling thing is huge.
Yeah. So, listen, like I said, I've learned a lot from you. And even just talking to you right now, I still learn some stuff that I can use in my business as well. And so I'm gonna pull this up real quick because I know this is the new company. I know you've got some stuff you're going to be changing. But yeah, if there's realtors that are looking for a just brilliant marketing mind and just a fun person to be around and learn from, like, dude, you're freaking awesome at what you're doing. I am excited for this. And you again, so you're in the office is going to be, or you're going to be up in the Woodlands area. So
Right.
any agents that are in the Woodlands, Conroe, that whole North Houston, even Cypress at this point, honestly, it really doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But again, I am going to be supporting you any way I can with this, because I believe in what you're doing. I learn from you and continue to learn from you, and will continue to learn from you. I mean, this Facebook stuff is, listen, that's where people are. Facebook, Instagram, that's where people are. And as a realtor, if you're not on there, you will be left in the dust.
If you click that join us right there, I give a real good description of what we're going to be doing. I have a lot of great things to teach. I have just from experience. I tell people all the time, I came from a brokerage. I started with Keller Williams, but then went to a brokerage that no one's ever heard of.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm with the brokerage that you've never heard of. And how did I list for 3 builders? Okay.
Yep.
How did I have 60 transactions?
Yep.
When I'm a one-man band.
Yep.
On a brokerage that no one's ever heard of.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to show you how, right? And so now my job is to promote and brand. That's the biggest thing, man, is I'm going to really put everything I got into my agents, and I'm going to make them superstars.
Yeah. Listen, Toto, it's about brand. You have to become the brand. Doesn't matter whose brokerage it is, you have to become the brand. I don't care who you work for.
It does not matter.
And you and I know this, Freddie, but yeah, a lot of new people think that they have to go to, big brand because, and yes, people, don't get me wrong, there is some value to that because people do that. Don't get me wrong. However, people that have been in the business long enough understand, like, you're the brand. You become the brand. And honestly, if you end up, because there's very few realtors that go to one brokerage and stay at one brokerage. I mean, are there? Yeah. But my point is, you need to be the brand. So it doesn't matter where you're at. If you decide to go to this broker or that broker or do your own thing or whatever, like, you've become the brand, and you've done a great job of that. Because honestly, I know you. I don't even really remember the name of the company.
You know what's funny? Because I use the same tagline all the time. Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Freddie P. Yep. Freddie Palomarez, your real estate pro.
And that's how people know you. Yeah.
And that's what people always remember, because people will like see me and be like, Freddie P. real estate pro. Like, because that's every single video, that's how I started. Hey guys, what's up? It's Freddie P. So everybody like really, like, it just stuck in their head.
That's brilliant. Again, this is stuff that people learn because it's no different than any other commercial. They drill it in over and over and over and over and over. And again, I know you, and I couldn't even say with confidence what brokers you were with before.
Yeah.
So I know you. I know what you do. I know what you are. I know. And a lot of people it's the same thing. Like, they probably have no idea what brokerage it is. They just know you're Freddie P. You're a real estate pro, which is brilliant. So, man, I'm excited, brother. I really am. So tell me, obviously they can reach you on Facebook. What's another good way for people to reach out to you? Facebook, obviously you got the website as well. Just had that.
Facebook or the website is great. Right now I'm in this transitional period of moving everything over, right? So it's like YouTube, emails, we're working real hard to get everything switched over. So, December 1, in a short time frame here, we're really rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man, I'm excited what the future holds, man. I'm looking forward to 2021 and beyond. So super exciting time.
Well, I will have you come back on. I enjoy talking with you at any time. Doesn't matter what's going on. And the fact that you've got this new company, I'm super excited for you as well with that. So 2021, it's going to be your year. Hopefully things, listen, I've heard a couple of people say, oh, I can't get any worse. I don't want to say that. I don't want to jinx the rest of this year. I'm just going to just pray that this next 45 days, nothing else crazy happens and we can get to 2021 and hope fresh. I say fresh, but every time there's a new year, there's always some hope and some newness, and we need it right now because this has been a hell of a ride.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it has been. So I know everybody out there can't wait for that dial to turn to 21. I mean, everyone's just like, man, I can't wait for 21 to get here.
Oh man, yeah, we're all. I mean, I think everybody's going through it in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, fortunately for you and I, yeah, our business wise has been good. But you got kids. I have kids. Your kids been at home or they going to school?
They're at school now.
Yeah.
So we've been blessed that way to where school's open and.
Yeah.
It's been good up at school, so we're just keeping our fingers crossed.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, we will definitely catch up again as things start to grow. And obviously, if you need me for anything, I got you, man. So, you guys go follow Freddie. Go to Facebook, follow him there. There's a ton. I know you've got now all your Facebook group pages are there. Is there a way for people to? Is there like a list that you can? Is there a way for people to kind of know which groups they are if they want to like kind of join the group?
So hang on a second. So if there's not there, I have a list. There's not an official list.
Okay.
But
just reach out to Freddie.
Yeah.
You got a ton of.
We're with the groups, man. I mean. I could hire probably someone to do that.
Yeah.
24/7 because that's just. I mean, it's great. It's good. They're good problems to have.
Yes, agree. And you educating people. So this is not just there's so much education that goes on in these groups. So if anybody has a question about it, message Freddie. He's got a lot of different groups that are there to serve. Right. It's helping people. It's not just. They're not just asking for business. It's really, and I've been on a lot of them, so I see what you're doing. So,
we learned that, and I'll just say this real quick for agents too. Like if you're just boosting a post that says, "Hey, if you're looking to buy or sell a house, like give me a call," like you're throwing your money away. I'm just being honest with you. Because the target for 95% of real estate agents are people that are interested in real estate.
Right.
And so obviously Facebook knows that I'm interested in real estate. Yep. So I see like all of these really, really bad money, all this money spent for these horrible, ads that I am almost positive are getting no results.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you'll get like someone to like it every once in a while or click on it every blue moon, but you can't just put an ad out there and expect people to like come to you. Like you really got to like tell people a story. Yeah. Like I don't spend any money on advertising, and I probably should, but I really don't spend money on that. Like I don't boost posts. I don't do any of that.
Yep.
Like, I see people doing that. I'm like, man, his broker or somebody needs to help this guy or girl.
Yeah.
But I don't spend any money on that. Like all I did, I'm telling you, and I'm telling everybody out there, this is your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
This right here changed everything for me because when I was going out and shooting videos and when I went on day one to go to History Maker Homes to make my very first video, I had nothing. I didn't have a camera crew. I didn't have a nice camera. I had nothing. I had this right here. I have built myself, built my brand, built everything with a phone.
Yep. It's not right. But you know, one thing about you though, Freddie, that really everybody, I don't care if you're in real estate, mortgage, it doesn't matter. It's consistency. Do you do it? You've been doing you didn't just start doing. You've been doing this for a while,
right?
And so yes, people overthink it. Oh, I need this camera. No, you don't. You have a phone. Pull it out and shoot a video. Because I saw the first video. I've seen a lot of your videos, but I saw the very first one you did, and so I can vouch for what you're saying right now is that you literally have used your phone, and there's no reason for anybody not to do it. Quite honestly, in my opinion, people just overthink it and they're nervous and they look this like you are what you are.
No,
stop worrying about that stuff and educate. But I've seen your videos and yeah, is there time for, you can get a little creative with stuff? Sure. But for the most part, phone, man, that's it. Like it's like, there's so many apps on the phone right now. You can literally do everything on the phone. If you want to get down to it for really,
you could do everything. I mean, doesn't matter if you're Apple or Android, doesn't matter. They both have really good apps. I mean, I'm telling you, first video I did took me like 2.5 days for a 2-minute video.
Yeah.
I could go right now with just my phone, go somewhere, shoot.
Yeah.
Add text, add music. In 10 minutes, I have almost as good a video up. I mean, like that. And so, I mean, don't get me wrong. It took a lot of time, patience, experience.
Same for me.
All that crap.
For sure.
But it can be done.
Yeah.
On your phone.
No doubt. No question about it. So, I mean, it's excuses, man. I let's just be real. It's an excuse. If you're not shooting video, if you're not, it's just an excuse. You're not comfortable. I get it. Well, you'll be comfortable doing something else because you won't stay in this business, at least not full time. And to each his own. If that's what you want, so be it. But for people that are really trying to explode and like make this their business, pull out the camera and shoot video.
Because everybody's got like a phone that's no older than like 2 or 3 years old. I mean, most people get a phone every other year.
True. Yeah.
So I mean, you definitely have the capabilities. Any phone, really. I mean.
Yeah.
So
no question. But yeah, man, these ages, you guys, Freddie you're amazing, dude. I love what you're doing. And like I said, we will have you come back on and we'll chop it up again, talk about the market, talk about how things are starting to grow. And if you've got anything that you need from me, I got you, man. Whatever you need, brother, I got you. So again, you guys go reach out to Freddie Palomarez. His name is right there. Go check him out on Facebook. And then if you've got questions about his Facebook groups, you can go send him a message there. He'll get you plugged in.
If any agents want to reach out to me just about Facebook in general or groups in general, or how does this work? I'm telling you, I train people for free right now because I like training people. I mean, literally, I train people for free. I mean, I it's one of the things I just like doing.
Yep.
Right.
Same for me. I just enjoy talking and helping people. And so I'm with you. I do the same thing. I just enjoy it. That's really what it comes out. I just enjoy doing it. So you guys are gonna be in for a real treat as the Realty Bridge starts to grow, and these agents are gonna learn a lot as they start to come on board with you. So, but yeah, check Freddie out, guys. Thank you guys for watching Houston Business Podcast. Make sure you guys go subscribe on YouTube as well. We're gonna be divvying up this podcast as well, so I will have some more information on that, and we will catch you guys on the next episode of Houston Business Podcast. Thank you, Freddie. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, man.
All right, you guys take care. Catch you guys on the next episode.